to O'Reilly's right now because we have some things we are going to be doing to Blue2Valve. My main goal of January 2021 is to get this car fully on the road, fully dialed in, and ready to rock. So starting off with today, we do have a 3.33 millimeter pulley here, and the one that's currently on the car, I want to say, is a 3.60. So it's a pretty big pulley, and since we are intercooled now with Blue2Valve, you're definitely going to lose some boost. So we're going to have to pulley down to compensate for the boost that we are going to be losing since we are now intercooled, as I just said. The last time we put the car on the dyno, it was just the Vortech head unit off to the charge pipe right to the throttle body, no cooling whatsoever, and I want to say it made like 355, 345, somewhere in that area. So it wasn't exactly where I wanted it. I want to make 400 wheel with this car. I think it's definitely attainable in a safe route, in a safe manner. And you know, with this 3.33 pulley, intercooled, I got an Anderson's power pipe we're going to be installing today as well. So I think this goal is going to be definitely achievable. But setting that to the side, I really want to take time and focus on those 3 builds. Like I said, I have every opportunity to keep growing and to make better content, and starting right now, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be focusing, and focusing. The car should be starting today. It should be ready to be data logged, and then, you know, comes the first bass tune, and then dyno day, and then, you know, she's on the street and ready to tear some stuff up. So yeah, let's get to O'Reilly's. What do you guys think? Does Camaro want the sauce or what? So we just got to my dad's house. Now let me go ahead and show you exactly what I got really quick. 3 of the main pieces I needed. 1, a new belt for the smaller pulley. Had to get a new battery. And we have this jaw puller. So I guess this is what's used to pull off a pulley. Way easier than banging it off. I'm gonna go ahead and grab everything I need and bring it to the back, and then, you know, first things first, I think we're gonna have to take the blower completely off the car. Obviously not the intercooler system or anything like that, but the blower itself. And you know, we'll use the pulley puller, we'll put the new pulley on, redirect the belt. I have an Anderson's power pipe that's going on the car as well. Do have quite a few things to do today. So we got Blue2Valve here. We're gonna go inside and pop the hood. When I tell you guys, I am excited to get this car back on the road. Like, I'm done stalling. I'm done. I just want to get it running. And we have some very, very big news for this car as well. I'm not going to go and spoil it yet, but just know, got some big stuff coming. But all right, taking a look underneath the engine bay, you can tell we obviously have the Vortech V3 SI here. We have this Spectre, whatever it is, air filter that is coming off. We are not going to be running that. Just trying to get a mental image of how this belt is ran. And you can tell we have our supercharger pulley right there. That's a 3.60, I believe. And obviously, we're just gonna have to go and take this head unit off. So we might as well just start doing that. And I wanna say it's held together by 1 bolt down there, 2 bolt, and the 3rd bolt right there. And that whole head unit should come off. But first, you gotta get a breaker bar down in there, relieve tension off the belt, slip the belt off the blower, and then, you know, we're gonna go ahead and start taking that off. So I'm gonna go and take a video of this belt system just to make things way easier for me. It shouldn't be too difficult. Goes over the blower pulley, under the tensioner, over the alternator, down to the crank, over, boom. Okay, shouldn't be too hard. And underneath the blower neck here, we actually have 2 clamps that I have to loosen in order to get the head unit off. So we got those 2 bolts loosened up for the most part. Now we're gonna go and take our breaker bar, stick it down there on the tensioner, and it's kind of a tight fit. All right. Now we can work on pulling these 3 supercharger bolts. There's not much room to play with, but we broke it loose, and it seems like we're just gonna go 1 click at a time. It's a good sign it's coming out easy though. doesn't mean it was cross-threaded on the way in. All right, there's one. These things are extremely long. I don't even know how I'm gonna get that bottom one out. So I've actually heard nothing but bad things about these Spectre air filters, especially on boosted applications. I heard that this part of the filter will actually get sucked into the blower over time, so you definitely don't want that. And I wasn't aware before I bought it. I wish I would have known that beforehand, but I'm glad I didn't run the car with this on, because if that happens, you are talking about a whole blower rebuild, and nobody wants to go through that. You can see here our blower is ready to come off. It is just hooked up to that pipe. I'm sure I can wiggle it off as soon as I figure out a way to get that bolt out, though. You know what? We're just gonna go and muscle that thing out of there. All right, now we're stuck on the belt. Oh, chill out. Do I really have to take the tensioner off? Oh yeah, that goes right there. Yikes. There's our head unit, guys. Definitely not as heavy as the VMP blower, but let's go set this in the garage. I don't know who put that in. That is put in with a Phillips head, and I do not like that. This was not me, fam. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That is gonna be fun. Wow. I honestly still cannot believe that is a locking washer with a Phillips head screw. Like, that is unreal, and I don't know why that is. Oh, look at that. Wasn't even in that tight. This is kind of one of those things to where they're like, we need a bolt. Let's look around the garage and see what we can come up with. So the belt makes a figure 8, and it goes on like that. All right, let me grab my new belt. I think it's probably a good idea to start running it, maybe, at least through the tensioner part of things. KO61075. Supposedly, this is the correct belt size for a 3.33 pulley. We could get kind of screwed right now if this doesn't work, because, you know, then we're gonna have to go and take off everything once again if it doesn't work under the tensioner and over the alternator. But there's only one way to find out. Bang, and then it goes under the tensioner. All right, tensioner's back on. Now we can head inside, get our pulley puller, try to rip off that pulley. So we have our head unit in here. As you can see, we have an idler pulley for the blower pulley itself. And we're gonna take this one off just to clear up some room, because I do have, as I just said, I rented that little pulley puller, and I hope this works. We're gonna zap that off with an impact, and then we're gonna try to get those claws underneath there, tighten that down as it pulls up, and should pop this off, and we should be able to throw this one on. Idler pulley bolt is loose. Bingo. Now I just gotta find a socket that fits that. So we broke the retaining bolt loose. Super simple. I'm gonna set that to the side as well. Now this is where we're gonna need the pulley puller to pull this thing off. So we got this contraption set up. You can see it's like 3 little claws that go underneath the pulley, and we're just gonna tighten this with a ratchet, and it should slowly, you know, pull the pulley off of the head unit itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take my time because I don't want to mess anything up. It shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, we're gonna see what happens. I think it's coming. It's a little sketchy. After a long battle, guys, we got the pulley off, and let me tell you, this was not easy. And even with that puller, we ran into a problem because it started to grind down in there. So what I actually had to do was feed a socket onto the tip of it. And with having the socket on the tip of the pulley puller, you know, it covered the diameter here and was able to break it loose. But this pulley is honestly shot. It is what it is. I'd have to just buy a new one. It was that hard to get off, no joke. Take our 3.33 pulley, and this one slid right on there, nice and easy. Now I don't know if that's a bad thing, because the other one, this thing was a doozy, man. It did not want to come off. It's snug. I mean, in that aspect, I guess we'll just have to, you know, grab our little bolt here and just make sure that's torqued down at about 25 foot-pounds of torque, I believe. All right, that's nice and snug on there. Everything seems to be lined up. I should have compared the pulleys first, but this one is definitely much smaller. So, you know, keeping our fingers crossed. So a little update, I put the blower back on and I rerouted the belt the correct way, and we've come into a problem to where the belt does not fit. The only source I found on a 3.33 pulley with an aftermarket belt, a belt as in not a Vortech supercharger brand belt, you know, I saw somebody else say they were running the same Gates serpentine belt that I just got, but unfortunately, and don't mind this bolt, I just pulled that out, but this, that's like so much tension on there already, has to go on top of the alternator, and it is not reaching whatsoever. When I took this other belt off, it's definitely longer, and I should have known a little pulley. I don't even know why I went through with completely doing it, because now I have to take the blower off again, take the idler pulley off again, and run another belt, man. This is just crazy. I don't really know where else I could go with this video today. This is just the way it goes sometimes, and it's just so freaking frustrating, man. How are some people informed saying they ran the same belt size I'm running on the same setup? It makes no sense, and the way the belt is driven through the pulleys and stuff is correct. It's the only way it can go. So it makes no sense. We're about that much belt off. Man, guys, I'm so sorry. I wanted to get it started for you. I wanted to do a ton of stuff, but I don't think it's gonna happen today, because it's a process doing that blower yourself. Like I said, it's pretty heavy. The fitment's not the best. It doesn't feel that way. Yeah, fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. By all means, if you have run the same setup, Vortech V3 SI down into an intercooler, you know, it is a 99 GT. I want to say this motor is out of a 01, I think. Well, I suppose you could call this day one of getting Blue back on the road. And it wasn't super successful, but now at least I know I have to get a different belt. And I should have known. In my head, I was like, don't run this belt, Derek. It's not going to work. Don't do it. And what do? I run it. And now I'm really kicking myself in the ass for it. It is what it is. We'll get her back going. And unfortunately, it's just going to be on a delay. It would help me a lot if you have the same setup on your car and you know the belt sizes for Gates or a Vortech size, because if I have to, I'll order one. I don't really want to, because I want to get it done. If it comes down to it, though, I'll have to order it. And just know, for those of you that do contribute to the P.O. Box and the garage itself, thank you, because it's finally starting to come together when it comes to, you know, having things to hang on the wall, having, you know, fan art and all sorts of stuff. So I do greatly appreciate it. And if any of you watching right now didn't know I did this, here's the P.O. Box address. You can send it here and, you know, I'll get it. We'll open it up on camera and stuff. All in all, it's definitely one of my favorite things to do, because you guys get pretty creative and you send me some cool stuff. But I'm gonna go in here, get this batch. So we got quite a few things. J Graphics. So he sent us over a little warning, Mustang rules, which I kind of like. It's pretty sweet. Get in, shut up, and hold on. No, you cannot drive. Don't tell me how to drive. Do not touch the radio. No screaming or whining. No drinks, food, or vomiting. Always watch for cops. No quoting traffic laws. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. Our next one is going to be from Matthew Doty. We do have a lengthy little card here. Hi, Derek. This is Matthew. I'm the one that runs Derek Baran Fan Page 1. Make sure you guys go follow that. He's at 61 subscribers on YouTube. I appreciate your nice little Christmas card, Matthew. Thank you so much. Next little piece of mail is from Zach, and we have a nice little letter. Hey, Zach, that's definitely something we'll be able to touch base on, man. Thank you so much. Our next one's from Adello. Cool little skull sticker right there. And it even looks like we have a drawing. It's actually a pretty good drawing, man. Our next piece is gonna be from FR Box. Doesn't have a name. And there's glitter on it. I'm not opening this in the car. So this guy thought he was gonna get me, and I specifically said, don't try this. It was a waste of money and a waste of time. Thought he was funny, man. Yeah, not cool. Our next little piece is from Rhymes. Oh, that's pretty cool. Take a look. I'm not gonna read it, but that's sick. And this is actually from Brandon Davis. So Brandon Davis, thank you so much, man. Don't know what this is. Oh, no. Yo, Clay Earl, thank you so much, but it came broken, bro. They must have just started tossing it everywhere. Man, and we got a little photo of Lucifer. Dang. Well, I do appreciate it, bro. I am going to get a new frame for it. That is super unfortunate. That's USPS for you. They just throw shit anywhere. But thank you so much, Clay Earl, and I will get this in a new frame and hang it on the wall. There's glass literally everywhere. Thank you all so much for tuning back into the channel for today's upload. I do apologize. We didn't get exactly everything we wanted to get done. And today's DBP vlog shout-out's going out to Brandon Coble. Thank you so much for your continued support, man, and make sure you guys go check him out on Instagram. If any of you watching right now want a chance to win a shout out on the vlogs, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at DerekBaranProductions, and when you post a photo, slap in that hashtag of DBP Squad for a chance to win. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But until next time, see you later.